Yeah, wait till y'all see Titans if you think this is cool.
Welcome back to TechRaptor's Quick Thoughts, a video series where we have a roundtable discussion about a particular game. For this episode, we'll be talking about Respawn's out-of-the-blue Battle Royale game, Apex Legends. I'm Rutledge, and I'm joined by a couple of our staff writers. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Austin Soother.
Hey everyone, I'm Max.
Hey guys, it's Robert.
And I'm Chevy.
So we have all been playing this a lot over the last couple weeks. So first impressions, thoughts?
I'm glad it saved me $60 because I really wanted to buy Resident Evil 2 because I wanted a game to play. And now I can play this for free.
It's pulled me away from Kingdom Hearts 3, which I've been waiting 12, 13 years for. And I don't even like Battle Royales. That's how amazing this game is.
Yeah, I don't really like Battle Royales either. No offense, Rutledge. But, I mean, I was intrigued by the setting because I like Titanfall and it looked quality. And, of course, once you start playing it, it's just so good.
Yeah, love Titanfall, love BRs, and, this is basically replacing Blackout for me.
Yeah, we probably haven't touched Blackout in weeks, but this, I don't know. I've been blown away personally, completely blown away. It was one of those things that, they're releasing a Battle Royale game. Okay, cool. But then they drop something that has so many features that so many Battle Royales have needed. It just, I don't know. It feels like such a complete package to me.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where coming late to the game actually really, really helps because it seems like they have just fixed like every big issue people have had with other battle royales and also added in their own twists. Like you said, it just feels exactly like a full game, whereas the other ones are constantly evolving. Like PUBG to me still feels like an early access game, and this just feels like something that's all there and they're just going to build on for the next couple of years. But what's there is just already amazing, and I just can't wait for more.
Yeah, I like that this game solves that issue of, if you're intimidated by playing a Battle Royale solo, but you don't want to get in a team with randos just because they're usually bad, this game fixes all those problems because of just its communication system and the fact that there's a jump master, which kind of immediately sets this tone of like, you're a squad, stick together, you're a team.
Yeah, one of the parts about Battle Royales that I'm intimidated by are the communication aspects. I mean, I probably should communicate in those type of games when I've played them, but I don't tend to. But the pinging system is it's probably my favorite feature in the game, which is really weird considering how great the gunplay is and the map and everything. But the pinging system, it just makes it absolutely much better than any other Battle Royale that I've played, personally.
Yeah, because of it, I actually ended up winning with a team who the other two, they were together and they're from Mexico and they spoke almost zero English, as we learned when we got into game chat together, and we still ended up winning because of that ping system. It's absolutely insane.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I won 2 games without any communication via voice at all. We just relied on pinging. Mostly they carried me, but it was still awesome.
I mean, Chevy and I, we mostly talk on Discord, and then, sometimes the other person talks, sometimes they don't. But like you said, if they're quiet, the ping system, it solves all of the problems for them, as long as that teammate listens, obviously.
Yeah, like those who properly utilize it, we don't really care if they don't have a mic and not on voice. It's not like something like Rainbow Six where having a mic is pretty much a requirement at this point. This one, you can play the game completely without someone else talking, and you don't feel like it's a lesser experience.
And what I kind of want to point out too is that even if you do use voice, the ping system is so integral to the game where, I've played a ton of games online where, I see an enemy and I'm trying to describe where they are, but my point of view is always going to be different from my teammate's point of view. So it's going to be hard to pinpoint, describe with words where they're going to be. But all I need to do is say, I see an enemy here, ping it. Everyone else sees it. It's clearer communication and it's very quick.
Yeah, or if you find a really good weapon or mod to your weapon, then you can actually point it out instead of saying, hey, come over here and grab this. Or, they might decide that they don't need it because they already have something like that. So instead of them having to come all the way to look, you can just point it out.
I mean, by extension of that, like being able to pull open your inventory and just press the ping button on ammo and announce that you need this kind of ammo to just make it quick for everyone to see. Like, it's so amazing, you know.
And pinging weapons in the dibs system as well. Say, hey, I have a weapon here. Somebody claims dibs. They don't have to keep asking, oh, where was that weapon? Where was that weapon? It keeps it up on their screen until they get to it or they cancel it.
Can we talk about how even without pings, even without your voice, the characters you play as will tell you things?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll
it's like
say,
Left 4 Dead.
yeah, they'll be like, "There's a minute left. We're pretty far from the circle," or something like that. And yeah, and it just kind of like it's a really neat little touch that kind of replaces just putting words on a screen like, "Hey, there's a minute left,"
Or like we killed a whole squad.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That is so helpful though, because you never know for sure, like if a squad is dead or not. So when they say, "Hey, the whole squad's dead," then you can kind of have that sigh of relief. I love that part of it.
It's phenomenal what they've done with the characters. It's not just a battle royale experience where you have this
Generic
unknown
soldier.
character. Yeah, exactly. Like there is such personality to these characters that they're so much fun to play.
Yeah, speaking of that, can we talk about how every single ability is like barely overpowered? They're all balanced almost perfectly. There is no easy win character. Like you can play any character and you can be guaranteed your ability will not get you a win. Like there isn't any best character at all. It's absolutely fantastic. They all have a hard counter. All of their abilities are short enough to you could just wait most of them out. Like airstrikes last probably 8 to 10 seconds. You can wait those out and then go in and attack. They're usually meant more to like divide up the enemy team so you can move in rather than just like a catch-all that'll just destroy the team. It's really, really cool. It still all relies on skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love too the Wraith's portal because when you put one down, you like the Wraith themselves, they have to make it to the exit of the portal, which kind of adds this really cool risk reward where like if you're a fast moving player and can dodge a lot of bullets, you can get the rest of your team out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, the abilities are incredible. It, like you said, none of them feel overpowered, but at the same time, none of them feel useless either.
Do you guys have a favorite character?
Bangalore, because her smoke grenades I can use for any situation. Like I'll use them to cover us, or I'll use them to distract like an enemy team. Like I'll shoot it left when we're really running right, or I'll use it to cause havoc when like another two squads are fighting with each other. It's like it's so harmless, but it causes so much chaos at the same time.
It is so annoying when you're on the other team. Me personally, I love playing Lifeline because that's the name, right? I gotta make sure I get the names right. Yeah, I guess I like being a support on the team. And calling down her supply drop is actually really cool because you get some pretty damn good items in it. I think I got like a legendary item in there one time, and then of course the support stuff is integral to your team. You definitely feel like a valuable part of your team, even if you're not like getting so many kills when you play her, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, I'm a Gibraltar main, so that raining down fire to split up the enemy team, or keep them in a building while we surround it, as well as using that shield to pick up your teammates is pretty awesome.
I run Caustic mainly, and he's just fun to mess with people with. The gas grenade itself doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it'll force enemies out of wherever they're going because they start freaking out about it. And the traps are just fun to block off entrances or kind of use as detections of going, oh, hey, there's someone coming this way from where we were.
And you can't tell me Caustic isn't Krieger from Archer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He's so edgy. I love his voice lines.
Yeah, top edge lord, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm just surprised that when I first started playing as Caustic, I was like 6 traps. That's overpowered as hell. Like I can't believe that they're allowing this in this game, but actually it's amazing how well balanced that is because you'll throw them down and players are usually pretty aware of them, so you actually have to put a lot of effort into hiding them to keep players from like taking advantage of them. I think that that's really cool that they were able to balance that as well because they recharge really quickly, but you're able to just throw them down like in the middle of a fight to get out of being chased or something like that.
or to use as like impromptu smoke cover has been useful. Just toss around a couple for a guy to just jump in there and revive if you shoot him yourself.
Absolutely perfect.
Man, am I the only one that hasn't played Caustic? I don't have them
I
yet.
haven't. I
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't
played
played
it
them.
yet. Yeah, we ended up picking up the Founders Pack a couple days ago.
Do you think that's worth it?
I don't know if I think it depends on the person. For me, I generally buy Founders Packs to support the developer, and I feel like Respawn's doing a good enough job with this game that it's worth it for me to buy in. I'm gonna put in enough time that $30 is nothing compared to other things, you know. And there's games like Hunt that we've paid like $40 for that I gladly would have paid $60 and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the same reason like we picked it up is I picked up Founders Pack with them, and it was just a case of going. We by that point I think we were 20 hours in and we were loving it, so it's like why not support the developer and see what else is there with these other two heroes instead of I think it's most people unlock it at level 22 ish, which was pretty far off. Even we're still not to it. Um, but that and Mirage have been great as these add-on characters effectively.
Do you guys have any big issues with the game?
That's a good question.
Reviving someone on the supply ship, but that's only a temporary bug.
Oh, that's terrible.
Did that happen to you guys too?
Yeah, that's happened multiple times. It's absolutely annoying. Sometimes it even happened to us with crates. A crate will fly off, or we had someone's body get launched by a crate way into the sky, and it just sat there, so we literally couldn't revive them or pick up their beacon.
I don't know, that happened to us yesterday, and I was just sitting there laughing because he's stuck in the wall and he can't do anything.
It's hilarious, honestly. It's also cool. Speaking of that, it's cool how even with one of your teams dead or one of your teammates being completely dead and you can't revive them or anything, you can still make it pretty far with twos because of the ping system, because your abilities are that useful. We've actually made it very, very far, even won like a round or two with twos at times. It's really nice how you're not just completely screwed when one of your teammates is gone.
Yeah, we made it in second and third a couple times as a duo.
Yeah, but that said, that probably is. But currently, my major complaint is as only a trios game. We always have to basically have a random with us right now, which is a bit annoying. And I hope they bring out a duos version. Not so much a solos, maybe a solos queue, but at least a duos would be great.
Yeah, I would hate solos because these skills are made to like work together. I don't know if they work very good alone.
I mean, like Lifeline would be completely useless with a solo.
Yeah, like another thing too that I guess is kind of annoying sometimes is I was playing with a squad last night, like same 3 people, and I mean this might have just been Origin on PC, but there were a ton of like server issues with us. Like some of us kept getting kicked out of the party, kept getting notifications like your party leader has quit, even though they didn't. And I don't know, it's maybe starting to feel like that 10 million players in 72 days is catching up with the servers, maybe.
Well, they said what today or yesterday, I think, that they were beefing up servers this weekend.
Yeah, at this point, it was 14 hours ago that they said that they understand that people have been having issues and they're upping their server counts and monitoring the situation.
Yeah, because we were having the same issue yesterday.
Yep, on Xbox, same thing.
Really? I mean, I play on Xbox too, and I don't think I've really had a problem with it. But
really, yeah, our squad, I've been playing with mostly 2 of my good friends, and almost every game, one of us gets disconnected, server issues. Since day one, we'll have to close the game out, reopen it, party issues, all that stuff every day, almost every game even.
I mean, sometimes I'm in like a squad of 2. That might explain it, but I personally haven't had those issues, which I really hope I don't run into them.
Yeah, the only other complaint I would have, I think, the monetization is really good. I think that it's solid, but I don't know if you guys have looked at the store, but there is a gun skin that's locked behind buying another gun skin. So there's
that's trash.
That alternate gun skin that you can get, but you have to buy that first gun skin to get it. I do not like that.
Yeah.
And the second gun is expensive too. It's like half of a hero's worth of in-game currency.
So, I mean, the skins are really cool. They have some incredibly cool skins, but that right there, I do not like.
Yeah, that I didn't know about that, but that sounds like a problem. I really hope that they don't like continue to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of an awful practice, but at the same time, I mean, this might be a personal thing, but I don't find myself attached to gun skins that much just because in every game, you're never guaranteed to get that gun that you really like. You know, like in all of my time, I'd maybe like 50% been super satisfied with the loadout I've had before I died.
I come from the Counter-Strike world, so I'm all about skins.
I was gonna say, and you can see they definitely took a little bit of that inspiration from the Counter Strike with the skins. You can even inspect your gun, so they want this to be a thing. They want people to buy into this cycle and get these skins and keep ones they like on their guns.
Yeah.
And maybe even seek out that gun to just keep that skin on it.
Also, the banner system is a really cool thing.
It's great.
Oh yeah.
And actually, before we get off skins, I do want to say I kind of like how when you're playing the game, if you see a gun that's dropped on the ground, you can tell if it's had a skin on it or not, and it's kind of a neat little trick to like tell, oh, someone's been here, someone swapped a gun out.
Oh, that's a good point. I do like too that everything that they're including in future updates and everything will be free or buyable with in-game currency. The only stuff that will be included in a battle pass or that you have to pay for on that store will be cosmetic. So like all the new legends will be unlockable the same way this is, and all new weapons and everything will just be available in game, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going the right model for a battle royale. They're not over monetizing. They're monetizing it the right way.
So, have you guys this was like another issue I wanted to bring up is that have you guys had any problems with voice chat, because I hear that the quality isn't very good. I didn't use it personally, but I was looking on the internet and I was seeing people say that it's not good at all.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I'll agree. In comparison to like our Discord chat, some of it, even if the person's using push to talk, is really sometimes it sounds like people are eating their mics, and I don't know if they are eating their mics because some people do have that tendency, but sometimes it's really bad.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. At least on PC, I'm not sure if that's just more of a case of people aren't investing in at least decent mics, because when me and Rutledge have to talk in game, I can understand him just as well as I do in Discord. But that other random, usually sounds like he has some kind of shit mic, and it comes out through eating the mic.
Most of my issue with voice chat has been at the beginning of the game. In game chat, you can't hear anyone until you're on the ground. Like you can't hear them during the hero select or during the drop because it's just so loud and the voice volume is so low. And I haven't found a way to change that. So that's my biggest issue is people try talking to you at the beginning of the game. You try to get to know each other really quickly and you just can't hear until you touch the ground. It's kind of hilarious.
Turn that down on Xbox?
I don't know if you can turn game chat volume up. I haven't found anything. To be fair, I'm mostly in party chat, so I haven't done a ton of looking, but there have been a couple of times where I tried a quick glance during the drop and I haven't found anything. Like game chat has just been way lower than any of the game volume whatsoever.
Yeah, because on PC, I think Chevy and I both turned down our music and our lobby sound like almost. Mine's at like 30%.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
5% here.
Yeah. But that for PC, that's habit for me. Most games I turn down to maybe 40-50% volume so that Discord takes priority.
Makes sense. I'll have to look into that a little more when I'm playing solo next time.
I wouldn't be surprised though if Xbox doesn't allow you to change that.
What's nice though is there is a at least on console there's a voice to text feature that's automatic and it works pretty well. So if you don't want to hear their voices, oh really? Okay, good. It works very well actually, and the text just pops up on the side of the screen, and I'm actually surprised by how well it translates. It translates better than like my phone's voice to text does.
It's such a great feature because it's one of those things that you may not notice the text chat, but if you have it translated into speech and it's spoken to you, then you're like, oh, I got a message. You don't have to keep an eye out on the chat in the bottom left if you're in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, and I also really like how in this game they've added those hotspots and the supply ship, how that kind of like, because other battle royales I played, and I'm sure Rutledge, you've got way more experience, but there's always that idea of oh, I know to go to this place because this place has better loot than the other place, but the addition of hot zones and the supply ship kind of makes it more like hot potato, where like, yeah, I know that place normally has better loot, but this place is a hot zone. I could get like a gold weapon here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that addition of it being like high tier loot, mid tier loot, where it actually tells you when you move into an area is kind of cool.
It's funny too because I found from our experience, sometimes people won't go over there because they think everyone else is going over there. Like we'll land on the drop ship right from the start, and we'll see no one else will land on it the entire time, or people will wait for it to land before going to it. And it's funny because other times there will be like 3 squads going there, or we'll start heading there, and we'll see squads divert when they see that we're gonna beat them there, or vice
Mhm.
versa. And I think that's really funny. Or sometimes they'll try and beat us, and we'll be like, "No, grab the guns and get them now." It's hilarious.
I've actually never been on the supply ship. The only time I tried to get on it, I was the jump master, and like we were just about to make it. It seemed like I landed on the edge, but then everybody fell. It was really sad.
I mean, just like those things, the game just has so many nice little touches that seems like they've been watching other BRs, and we're like, okay, how can we just make it that much better and that much more unique each batch? You know, because yeah, like you said, the hot drop locations, the supply ship, enemy death boxes showing you what the highest value loot in them is, being able to see what your teammates are doing with like when they start firing, their UI icon starts firing, and when you see them healing, it shows you an icon. Just so many nice touches that reinforce that this is a team game and communication is key, whether that's through the UI or just them through the ping system or verbally.
And sliding is so fun.
Sliding.
Oh yeah.
It's honestly that big if it weren't for all of those quality of life things, I think that this would just be another battle royale, but it's the combination of all those small touches that make this just like a next level game.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I'm curious, do you guys notice we're still trying to figure this out. When you split off from people when you're dropping, do you move faster as a solo? We notice like if you turn your camera downwards, it seems like you move faster than the group does if you're all individual, but we haven't been able to like put that, we don't know for sure.
It's possible, depending on the angle, probably, because
Yeah, once you break
depending on
off
what angle.
your acceleration on it changes to your personal acceleration on the left hand of the screen. And so if you're going down even like the slightest bit from what the other ones, you're going to start picking up a lot more speed than they are.
Yeah. And if you want to go faster, kind of a trick that I figured out is dip downward and then level out, dip downward, level out, dip downward, level out, and you'll stay around 140 speed, and you'll go a lot farther.
Ah, interesting.
It's the Black Ops method where you just shoot down straight, gain a bunch of speed, and then level out. Pro tips with addicts.
Literally.
Yeah. So obviously this is squads only right now. What do you think about the longevity of this when it comes to like streamers? Because that's something that I've been wondering about. You know, they had all these influencers that came in and played the game and hyped it up for a couple days. The question is this a game that is good enough for streamers to keep just like playing like mad, knowing that they all love solo more than anything?
I mean, it already has a streamer mode built in from the very start, which is obviously a huge plus. They obviously need to have a mute others type of system for those if they want it. But that said, it's dominating Twitch this entire week, and I've seen a few of the major streamers voice that's kind of same concern of it's really hard to get 3 people together sometimes, and you don't really want to risk a random saying something that is not acceptable to the Twitch guidelines, we'll say.
Yeah, that's my worry.
I'm also worried that as much as the streamers might be enjoying this game are the kids, because the kids are the biggest audience, especially when it comes to Fortnite, and I feel like the kids are going to want to keep playing Fortnite, and that's kind of who they have to keep catering to. I know that it's been said that EA has been paying influencers to play this game, and I don't know how long that's going to last, if that's true. So I think that more than the quality of the game, it's that their audience is going to affect how long it'll last. I think it'll last. I don't know if it'll beat Fortnite, though. I think it'll beat PUBG in the long run, though.
I know what Ninja's down on his Fortnite views, right? And then Shroud
I saw him
is
playing
blowing
Apex
up.
yesterday.
Yeah, he's been playing Apex all week.
Has he? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Shroud's up big time on numbers.
Oh
which
yeah.
is
Yeah,
good.
all of the people who never took off in Fortnite and have now switched over to Apex seem to be taking off huge again. You know, Shroud was at 108, yesterday, and there was no event going on. It was just a regular stream for him, which is huge.
Yeah, and something too is that I think Fortnite, like while it's a battle royale, just like Apex Legends, I think that they're both going for very different audiences. I think Fortnite is very much kid friendly. You got your Flossins and all that, right? But battle Apex Legends, it seems like it's geared more toward like older kids slash young adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing I'd mentioned at the kind of at the beginning. It's like this game feels like more of a shot at Blackout than it does at Fortnite. The people who like Fortnite, like the building, are going to keep playing it, and that's fine. This feels more like a shot at Blackout with its fast-paced first-person shooter style.
Yeah.
I think that if they do include that ranked mode that people have been talking about, that could have potential as well, because people want to see high level competitive play. And for me personally, I think it's more interesting to see a whole bunch of high level people playing against each other rather than some really good guy taking out a bunch of noobs, you know?
Yeah. No, I'll be interested to see the rank mode and if they implement some sort of like MMR.
They have to. I'd be mad if they didn't.
It's like getting paired with level ones over and over again is so frustrating.
It really is.
Also, like, I don't know if they should make it so you only rank if you win. Like, that MMR has to be in there where you maybe like the top half you rank up or something, because you're not going to win every round. That's just not how this works. Like, top 3 should maybe go up in MMR or something.
Basically, how I think Realm Royale does it is your top 30 games is your rank, something like that.
Interesting.
I did like that. So the more wins you get, the higher your rank, the more top threes, etc.
I like that a lot.
Like that ranking system. Yes, that's another battle royale.
You can ask Vince on Twitter.
Yeah, he's been
True.
really responsive. I'm really impressed by their marketing and their social media.
Yeah, he responded to me about something.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah, I think they are going to be along the same line of Fortnite in that they're really going to listen to their community.
And I mean, just them being self-aware about this, like just doing a hot drop on it, like not telling anybody about it itself was an amazing move. And they acknowledged the fact that if they came out and said that this wasn't Titanfall 3, people would have just judged it until it came out. Instead, they just dropped it full and let people judge it themselves by going to play it. They
Great
seem
point.
like they seem like they're really in touch right now with what's going on.
Do you guys not have phones?
Ugh.
That's exactly what would have happened if they'd said anything about Titanfall 3.
Apex Legends on mobile when?
Yeah, do you guys think that the way they revealed it was the best way to do it?
I think that 3-hour teaser was a bad idea.
I agree with that. They should have stuck with their original timeline. It makes it feel like there was something in the back end that went wrong, and that's why they pushed it a few more hours back. But other than that, I think it was great.
Yeah, I think this was just the best idea for them because I mean, it's no industry secret that people don't like EA that much, and I think if they had been like, "Hey, Respawn's doing like a battle royale under EA, it's coming out in 6 months," it'd just get lost to oblivion. People would call it like the new Battlefront 2, and no one would buy into it.
You're exactly right. I think there's enough animosity for EA that if they had dropped this game in any other way, it would be nowhere near it.
It's also nice that Respawn is just finally getting their time to shine, because everyone tried shitting on Titanfall 1 because it was an Xbox One launch title and no one liked the Xbox One because of that reveal. And then Titanfall 2 came out in the middle of every other game. So, but both games have been fantastic. They've had a lot of love put into them. So it's really nice that they can finally just reap the benefits of that, of being a good developer. And they're finally being seen as that.
Yeah, they deserve this success big time.
Yeah. And it's interesting with the dropping, Titanfall 2 in the middle of everything else, because it dropped right after Battlefield 1, which everyone kind of accuses for cannibalizing the Battlefield or the Titanfall 2 game. And now we have Apex Legends coming out right before Battlefield 5 is set to release their Battle Royale, which is kind of an interesting twist on the 2016s.
Yeah, I think the major difference here, though, is that Apex Legends is free. and the power of free is very strong.
It is.
Yeah, that's probably how Fortnite got that initial gain on PUBG, honestly, is because it was free. They were the only two. One was free, one was not.
And it was polished by comparison.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
made by an actual development studio.
What? This doesn't run at 30 frames? Oh god, that's amazing.
What do you guys think about that premium game coming? If we can fit that in this discussion, like later on this
Why
year.
not? The Titanfall 3 one?
I don't think it's Titanfall 3.
Titanfall, like, upcoming one. They definitely said it's Titanfall, but it's not like Titanfall 3.
Yeah, they said it'll be like a new twist, whatever that
Yeah.
means.
Some
Top-down
people,
shooter.
some people are saying how it might be like a mobile game.
You
hope
have to
not.
pay for it, so it better not be. Like they said, you're gonna buy it like a normal game.
Well, you could buy a mobile game.
I know it. I don't want to think about that.
I know exactly.
I think depending on what it turns out to be, Apex Legends could be the best marketing campaign for it. Like having this come out before it and showing how solid of a game they can make for 10 million people is a great way for them to be like, hey, we also have this other game. We made this other great game. Why don't you check this out?
Yeah, wait till y'all see Titans if you think this is cool.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see that one. I'd be curious if they were taking the route that everyone kind of hoped Overwatch would take, which is like maybe single player short stories about these actual champions to see where they're at. And I mean, based on Titanfall 2's campaign, they know how to make a good story, so I'd be interested to see it.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I guess my main worry about this premium game that's coming out later is that, yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but isn't Respawn also working on some Star Wars game that's supposed to come out at the end of the year?
Star
Yeah.
Wars. I can't remember the title of it.
Jedi Fallen Order.
You get to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just a little worried because, clearly they've been working very hard on Apex for the past year at least, probably. And they're also working on another premium Titanfall-ish game, but they're also juggling a full-on single-player experience Star Wars game. I believe in them. I think they're one of the best developers we have, especially under EA's banner. But I'd just be worried that maybe they might be spreading their resources a little thin, especially since Apex Legends isn't just like they released it and they're done. Like, that's not how that works. They're going to still be developing it moving forward,
I didn't even think about that they have 3 games in the pipeline right now.
Yeah.
Who knows? Could be more.
I'd be more worried about the fact that if this does really well, since they are under EA has a track record of kind of going, yeah, ignore that other project. We're just going to silently cancel it in a few years. Focus on this moneymaker right now.
Yeah, Star Wars, who cares about that? No one watches those movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is nice when they said that EA didn't touch this game. So hopefully EA, because they had a terrible Q3, or relatively terrible, I should say.
Yeah.
They said they're going to be rethinking their strategies, which to me makes me think, oh, how far can we get to the line without pushing it this time? But hopefully they're actually going to take into account that their developers know what they're doing. So maybe because Apex Legends is doing so well, they're going to let their devs just do what they want, kind of stay a little bit more hands-off this time around. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, their stock is doing really well right now, too. If you look at it, it's up 16%, up $13 since Apex came out. So
wow.
They need to handle this correctly, or they're going to hurt themselves again.
Yeah, it's kind of funny looking at the stock. It's like at a complete low, and then you have this skyrocket on the day that the game came out.
It's like crypto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to probably be a very important game for EA for the next 6 months in terms of their stock and their market share. So, again, I think while this game is probably going to do really well, I think if they start canceling games because of it, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, if you guys had to say a verdict of, pick up, maybe pick up, or don't pick up, where's everybody land?
Oh, you should definitely pick it up, even if you don't like battle royales, because it's free. Like, just give it a try and you'll see that. Well, I can't guarantee you'll like it, but coming from me, somebody who has played some battle royales and is not too into the genre, I think this is the game for you.
Yep, I'm the exact same as Austin. I don't care for Fortnite. Thought PUBG was okay. Thought the other ones were okay, and this is just, again, it pulled my attention away from Kingdom Hearts 3. I should be done with that game. I'm only halfway through it because of this, so that says
Rip.
a lot. In pieces.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I think for one, like even if you're not a fan of battle royales, just like the other two have said, this game is a good barometer of not only how good a battle royale can be, but how much further that genre can go. Just because it's been dominated by PUBG and then Fortnite for the past 2 years doesn't mean that those are the peak. And probably even Apex Legends isn't the peak of where battle royale could be in the next 4 or 5 years, but this is a damn good start.
Yep, I'm a battle royale junkie, and I approve this game. Definitely pick this up if you enjoy battle royales, and even if you don't, there is enough to this game that you don't have to have huge knowledge of battle royales to quickly jump into it.
Yeah, same. Pick it up. I mean, if you're a fan of the Titanfall 2s, if you're even Overwatch, any of the BRs, just first person shooters in general, it's free. It's very well polished. You don't even really have to talk, as we've discussed. You don't you have to interact with the team, and it's just kind of the best right now that we've seen in battle royale as far as all of these aspects.
Well, our quick thoughts have become very long thoughts because we have obviously a lot to say about this game. Chevy and I will be doing a Royale episode on this separate of this episode of Quick Thoughts. But keep an eye out for more Quick Thoughts. You're going to see a lot more of them from us here at TechRaptor going forward.
Woo! Nice. Nice. Good game.